It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank here on WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160. And it is a Thursday morning, and it's the Thursday of the month when we get to visit with the folks from the Indiana Regional Medical Center. And we are very privileged today to meet two new members of the Medical Center staff, both from the OR, Jill Helfferin and Dave Duplin. How did I do? Did I get it anywhere near right on your names?
Pretty good. You did very well.
All right, then I'm done. I'm leaving. It's up to you to figure out the rest of it. You're new at IRMC, both of you. Jill,
We are.
When did you come?
Back in March. Dave and I both came from the same facility, and we are very happy to come to IRMC.
Yeah.
Brand new OR, state-of-the-art technology. It's very exciting.
Yeah, and Dave, you came as a team, huh?
Mm-hmm.
We certainly did. Yeah, we had worked together in the past, and we do very well together, so we were kind of lucky to get that chance to do that here.
Okay, well, let's explain each of your roles. What are you doing at IRMC?
I am the unit manager for the operating room and recovery room, and so that involves all of the staffing and budgetary processes there. And Dave is the coordinator. He's a CNC, so he's actually running the show in the operating room, organizing and making sure the efficiencies are there and putting people where they need to be to get operations done.
Dave, tell me what all that entails on a typical, I don't want to say a typical day, but a typical case. What are the things that you have to make sure are in place?
We have to make sure that we are correctly staffed, we have the right people in the room, that we have all the supplies necessary to safely perform your surgery and provide optimal care in the surgical setting. It starts with working with vendors all the way to the operating room itself. So a lot of parts.
Now this is National Hospital Week. It's also National Nurses Week, and of course, working within the staff of the hospital and specifically the nursing staff. You both probably have a good chance here to tell me about how you find the staff at IRMC. You've come here from a different facility to IRMC. Tell me about the people that you're working with now.
It is definitely a community feel. You walk down the hall, everybody's good morning, how are you doing today? They really care about each other. You can tell that it's a family at IRMC. You feel valued, a valued employee whenever you're walking down the halls. Everybody likes to know everybody. Everyone introduces themselves. I have people coming up to me and saying, "Oh, hi, you're Jill. You're the new manager. I'm so-and-so from radiology. Nice to meet you." It just has a real family community feel to it. It's something to be proud of.
Yeah, and I would guess that from both of your standpoints, that makes the job so much easier.
That it does. They take a lot of pride in their work. They work well as a team, and we put patients first. We want you to have a pleasant experience while you're there. Yeah. A lot of times we see people on days that aren't their best. So we do what we can to try to make you feel as good as you can feel at the time.
Well, one of the things about that is, we can talk about people being compassionate and caring and tender and all of those intangible qualities. There's also a very real need that they have skills, that they're talented people who have developed their skills to the point where they can be an asset both to the medical center, but most importantly to the patients. How do you find the skill level at IRMC?
The nice thing about IRMC is that they are actually investing in not only in their employees, but in their technology. So they're actually sort of pulling forward with all the technologies that we have and doing the training with the staff along with it. So we have some physician recruitment coming up. We have new people coming into the OR. We've got a great robotics team that's up and running that we're going to build to be stronger and faster. It's a wonderful place, and the skill level is definitely there. It's nice to see a small community hospital with such great technology and skill in their staff in the operating room. Absolutely.
That's an interesting comment because the robotic surgery is such an rapidly expanding field, and it seems like IRMC got out right into the vanguard of it. This robotics unit that they have is just amazing.
It's definitely state of the art. They've invested the whole way. The bed works with the robot, so it doesn't require any special adjustment. I mean, they definitely went about it the right way, and they continue to do that. The staff does very well in there. It's a program that we're looking to grow from where it is now. I've actually had some experience with the robot. I have about 10 years of experience with that. So we're going to hopefully get that program growing even beyond where it is now, but it is great for patients. They do very well, quick recovery, so it's a very great thing to have here in your community.
Yeah. Now that's the Da Vinci
yes.
mechanism. The amazing thing about it to me was when it was introduced at IRMC, the quick turnaround and the skill level of the surgeons themselves to be able to adapt, because these are doctors who have been working in one way for their entire careers, and then they adapt it to the laparoscopic procedures, which is a major change from traditional surgery. And then here comes robotics, and they adapt again, and they do more than adapt. They become proficient and experts at it. And it seemed like no time, but I know that's a tremendous commitment on their behalf.
It's amazing, and it's very exciting. And if you actually go into the robotic room and sit down at the console, once the camera's in the patient, you have a 3D picture around you of what you're seeing. So it's really minimally invasive. It's a wonderful way. It just gives us so many more opportunities to do what we need to do with less cutting, with less damage.
Jill Helfferin and David Duplin with us this morning here on Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. And we're talking about the Indiana Regional Medical Center and the operating suites and the entire environment of the operating room at IRMC, the department as a whole. When you come into it from other facilities, the natural inclination is to compare it to where you've been. But really, each and every hospital setting is completely unique, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's you have to come in and see what's there. And I'm interested in your impression when you first of all, why did you decide to seek out this opportunity at IRMC? And second of all, this brand new operating room set up there. What were your first thoughts when you walked in and you saw it for the first time?
It was beautiful. They're big rooms. There's room to do what you need to do. There's room to get other equipment in there. You're not bumping into things. I mean, they've really done a stellar job on creating these operating rooms. The footprint of it is beautiful. It flows. There's easy ways to turn it over. So coming into that environment and saying, my gosh, everything's already here. It's already up and running. There's not, it's from a management piece. That was already moving forward. And as I'm sitting back watching it go, it was very refreshing to see all these people know what they're doing. They're doing a stellar job. They're doing everything the way that I did it before. But the technology piece is the really nice bump to say, oh, wow, this is great. Yeah. We've got it all.
And you're not going to be tripping over stuff on the floor, because that's been taken out of that mix. You within those rooms as well, David,
Yes.
Tell me about your first impressions of the OR suites and the entire facility when you first came in.
My first impression was they did a wonderful job. Again, as elaborating on what Jill said, the layout, it does make for very smooth transitions as far as getting the patients in and out of the rooms, having the supplies you need handy. They really did their homework there and went about it the right way. So it's definitely, it has that warm feeling too. Like when you walk in there, you just feel like you're welcome. Like Jill was saying, everyone is in a good mood. Everyone wants to do, the best that they can.
Jill, you used the phrase a small community hospital, and we might add the word independent on that as well.
Yes.
For that to function the way that it does in this community, of course, requires a great commitment on behalf of the hospital board, of the leadership team, of which you both are now a part of that leadership team. Talk, if you would, about that commitment and what it means to people in Indiana County and the entire region. Because of the fact that they can come here to IRMC and they can get big city hospital experiences right here in this small town.
That's the beauty of it. You don't have to go to Pittsburgh to get optimal care. It's all right here. Everything's right here. They have a cath lab. They have an OB department. Everything that you would need at a big city hospital is offered right here in a community. And we're not taken over by anybody. It's our people. It's our community that's running it. It's our board of directors that is guiding us. And it's nice to see them willing to invest in this type of technology, because you're right, it is only going to grow.
Mm-hmm. And as you work with the hospital staff and get beyond the OR, I know that there's a tendency for people to get involved in one department and be, my tunnel vision is that department only. But you also see the overall operation of IRMC and how the entire, it works as a community, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that's what's happening at IRMC, the OR in the capable hands of these two people and many others who are making it work at the Indiana Regional Medical Center and during Hospital Week, Nurses Week, and a big salute to the nursing staff.
Yes.
Is there any profession out there full of more caring people than the nursing staffs?
I believe not.
I don't think so.
No.
It's just when you are not in the hospital setting every day, which obviously I'm not, and you go to visit someone at the hospital, or you become a patient yourself, or whatever your involvement is, when you see the way the women and the men in the nursing staff work with patients and with each other, it just amazes me the quality of people that are in that profession, and boy, they're worthy of celebration this week, aren't they?
Absolutely. We have a great team over there.
Yes, we do.
Terrific. All right, well, good to meet both of you, Jill Helfferin and David Duplin, now with the Indiana Regional Medical Center, working in the OR and making things run smoothly there, and we appreciate your efforts on behalf of the hospital as well. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for the
having
invite.
us.